Moore couldn't be here tonight, but I told him to send good vibes, Coach, and he said absolutely. Well, he must have done something, especially there in that second half, because my goodness, what a tale of two halves this one was. Let's start off with how you all approached the halftime adjustments. What did you tell your team? How did you try and change things?
You know what? I felt like, and it started with me, I felt like we lost composure, you know. We did some certain things, you know, going down the stretch the last 4 minutes of that first half that were kind of uncharacteristic of us. But like I said, it started with me. You know, I was trying to tell our guys once we get into halftime, biggest things is, you know, don't be so emotional. We were making this game way bigger than it was supposed to be. And, you know, Coach Cherry, he was a scout coach. He talked about it going into the game, you know, not to be so emotional or to think that this game is bigger than any other game that we played. And so I think once we settle in with our emotions, our guys were really good down the stretch, as we talked about, Scott, throughout the course of the year.
Yeah.
They were really locked in.
Yeah, it was impressive. Let's start on defense. I know that's what you love to talk about. The number that jumps out the page, well, 29%. That's what they shot in the second half from the field. Darius McGee, 0 field goals in the second half. But how are you able to first focus on him and then allow that to affect the defense the rest of the way against them on offense?
You know what? First, I want to make sure I talk about Coach McKay. You know what? He's a mentor of mine. He's an unbelievable coach, and, you know, he puts Darius McGee in certain situations to be able to score the ball. And, you know, we just wanted to make sure that we made an adjustment. Our whole thing was, okay, how do you stop one guy from scoring and force everybody else to score? You know, if I'm not mistaken, he had 25 points in the first half, and we were saying to ourselves it was 25 out of 46, if I believe. And so we just wanted to cut it in half going into the second half. And, like I said, our guys were unbelievable on defensive end.
A sensational effort on that end of the ball. On offense, things started to – they weren't bad in the first half, but they really kind of clicked better in the second half. I mean, I was impressed. Of course, Kevion Nolan, we know about him. But guys kept making big shots when they needed to support him. Bryce Workman with a big second half after limited in the first half. Tyrese Davis, I thought, had a huge game tonight on both ends of the floor. How did those guys kind of respond to that next man up whenever whoever had to make the shot felt like they made the shot?
We always talk about winning by committee. You know, you got certain guys like, look at Rob Brown. Rob Brown was
great tonight.
You know, Rob Brown was unbelievable for us. You talk about, you know, Tyrese Davis, a guy who's Draymond Green. He does it all. You know, Kevion Nolan, of course, you know, he scored, but the thing that you take pride in is you see 26 and 6. You know, those guys are 11-5 with Tyrese Davis. Those guys are filling stat sheet in other categories besides scoring the ball. And so, very unselfish team. They play together. They want to win for each other. And like I said, it was a total team effort, and we definitely won by committee today.
This is a big win. At the end of the day, it counts as just one in the standings. But to win a game against a team like this, one who has, you know, they are the one to beat, the one to knock off the mountain in this league. And it's a regular season win, so we don't want to make too much out of it. But does this help with guys seeing fruits of the labor, like the work that we put in paying off against quality teams? How much can that help build this team's confidence going down the stretch?
I think it helps a lot, you know, as far as our guys' mental state. You know, when we left our game down there, our guys were, you know, they were in a very a dark spot, a dark space. Yeah. And we tried to, you know, make sure we got them motivated and say, hey, look, guys, we were a shell of ourselves down there. We didn't necessarily have an understanding of what we were supposed to do. And that wasn't the team that we know we are. And so being able to know that those guys were able to bounce back, especially when we had the same scenario down there, you know, down 10. And now, you know, you're down 10 here.
Very different second half.
Yeah, very different second half. And so, like I said, our guys, they were able to do what they needed to do. They were grown men. And, like I said, I just appreciate that it was a full team effort, man. I really can't stress that enough. Everybody contributed. It was huge for everybody.
Well, a big win. Congrats on the big win. And, hey, still more work to do, but we'll enjoy this one a little bit while we can. Coach, congrats on the win, and thanks for catching up with us.
I appreciate you. Thanks so much.